that.
Interesting so far. Good evening and welcome to coverage of the FOSROC Super Series, the Championship, tonight live from Bridgehaugh. I'm Paul Mitchell, Heather Lockhart, alongside with the Scotland International to call all the action in what should be a fascinating contest between the Wolves and the Bears. Both lost last time out. It'll be interesting to see how they bounce back. Let's have a little look at how the teams will go this evening. And starting with the Stirling Wolves, they've changed the front row from the last time out against the Southern Knights. Breeze, Hiddleston and Ogun are the front three. Ferguson and Pow and Timpson, who's been a good pickup, running from Nottingham University. The reliable corner Gordon at 7, Rory Knott at 8. It's a strong backline. Marcus Holden, he can play at 10. I like him better in the centre, and that's where he is tonight. Look out for the partnership of McGee and Jackson. That is your home side. Stirling Wolves with the head coach Eddie Pollock. The Boroughmuir Bears, well, it's a young side in many positions. Certainly a very young front row at 1 and 2 with the experience of Martin McGinley to come and help Corey Tate and Ian Carmichael. Colleen Barreto is a familiar figure at 9, back with the Boroughmuir Bears this season after his travels and involvement with Scotland 7. He will be dangerous at 9 with George Paul in at 10. It's a strong bench as well, including Andrew McLean and Calvin Ram. And it's good to see Dan Winning coming back, continuing his journey back from injury. Let's look at the championship table, and you'll see exactly where the Wolves and the Bears stand. A win for the Boroughmuir Bears would take them above their host this evening, but it's a chance for Stirling Wolves to put some pressure on Heriots and Ayrshire Bulls at the top of the table. The Southern Knights sit in between, but can Boroughmuir find a way to leapfrog and also leapfrog the host, the Stirling Wolves. Usually tight when these two teams get together. The first 6 meetings were all decided by 6 points or less. And Heather alongside me, it is going to be interesting to see. You want a good quick tempo to start, especially when you're coming into the game off a loss.
Yeah, I think both teams are wanting to make right a lot of wrongs, especially Stirling Wolves. Both lost last time out, and both are 2 from 5, and both very much wanting to keep their top 4 aspirations alive. So looking forward to some running rugby tonight.
David Sutherland is the man of the middle, his 4th game in the championship.
Enjoy the match.
So Stirling Wolves in a very smart kit.
Marcus, what is it?
As we get ready to get underway.
Okay.
With the boots
Time on,
of
boys.
Craig Jackson. Craig Jackson missed the match against the Southern Knights. We've been ever present up till that point. And we're underway early. In Muirhead with a take.
Up here! Mountain!
George Breeze wearing 1 on the tackle. 5 is the tall figure of James Pow.
Chase. No.
Moretto.
Don't need to ask every time, 3.
There's the experience of Glenn Bryce, took it well. Gets good support from Gregor Hiddleston. There's McGee. Bryce getting in the line, now it comes out. Here's the opportunity for Ryan Southern. Gets some support from Ross McKnight. Back out wide it comes. McGee in quickly, just got his arm pulled there. And it's going to be a difficult one for Jackson, but he does get off to Pow. Pow by name and nature. It was a lovely piece of play by Rory Knott. Marcus Holden trying to go on the clear out. Work for Kieran Westlake, 6 for the Bears. McGee spotted a gap.
Don't ask every time, I'll let you.
George Breeze on the carry. Oh, nice take and go by Hamish Ferguson.
No, second bite 9.
Ladger is at the back. Out again by Knott. Trying to go down the side. Gregor Hiddleston involved.
Tackle, knee on the ground.
So the tackle's been made. Tackler had to release. Good communication from the referee. Ladger tries to bludgeon his way through. Impressive opening couple of minutes from the Stirling Wolves. McGee through Jackson. Holden thought there was a gap there. It's taken down by Keddy. This could be it for Bryce. It's a good challenge. Mason Cullinan quickly.
I'll do you 12.
The Wolves relentless so far. Here's Pout. It's a real early test of the Boroughmuir defence. Up quickly on Breeze. Through the hands it comes. There's a little gap there for Ryan Southern.
Leave it, Bryce, leave it.
Here's the opportunity again, it's Bryce.
Good 8, back to the back foot, thank you.
Hiddleston in again. Picked up by Pout. There's a little clip kick through on the angle. Boroughmuir will be delighted to get the ball in their hands. And launch long, and a good clearing kick. Yeah, there is a long side, mate, I can assure you of that. And a chance finally after 3.5 minutes to get your thoughts on the opening to the game.
Yes, you can see Craig Jackson's been brought in at 10 and very much pulling the strings there, creeping up the pitch. Some really nice interplay between the forwards and backs. But Boroughmuir Bears holding firm, and they'll be delighted to get that exit kick. But another chance here for Stirling Wolves.
7, you 9. Out there, 6! 6 out! Advantage, 6 entry.
Well, Kieran Westlake was warned. And the penalty will come. Change the bind on the side, fairly clear. Connor Gordon there with the headband.
Advantage, 6 entry.
Well, he can't say he wasn't warned.
Yeah, very clear with what he wanted there. Had to stay bound if he was legal.
Lads on the 5, no contact in there. If you're going to snipe round at the sides, make sure you're coming clearly from one side. Okay?
So Gregor Hiddleston gets ready to throw in the 21-year-old. 26 appearances at this level for the Wolves. He's a try-scoring machine. This is a well-oiled move. And he comes, tries to get the ball smuggled back to him. He has it. Got to decide where they're going to go.
That's 2, use.
Been told to use it. McGee gets things moving. Holden, well tackled, 12 on 12. Scott Robson. And the ball just jabbed away. Glenn Bryce. Done with the kick. Mikey Hearn trying to work his way through. That pass was almost intercepted. Ferguson picks up. There's a little clip kick through, but again, as Cullen puts that away. I get the fact that Stirling might have been a little bit frustrated, Heather, but I think Boroughmuir, that's just a gift to them to give it back, because I think the technical term was puggled even this early.
Yeah, just a little unforced error there just in the middle of the pitch there, but Boroughmuir Bears would have done their homework. Graham Shield was talking about they knew the set piece strength of Stirling Wolves, and they defended that well there.
So you were seeing our team graphic earlier, just to confirm there has been a change of jersey. Ross McKnight has decided to wear 13, and it's Ryan Southern who's wearing 11. As the line out doesn't quite go as planned, Boroughmuir will get the chance to get the ball in on the load scrum, and you just see there, Heather, Craig Keddy just saying, look lads, we've done well, let's just calm down and set ourselves here.
Yeah, co-captain definitely playing his role there. been associated with Boroughmuir Bears for a number of years and definitely a steadying influence.
Well, there are 3 original Bears. Mark McGinley and his brother Scott, who wears 7, and Craig Keddy as well.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Barretto didn't play last season for Boroughmuir, was away with Scotland Sevens, that was a bit messy. Referee looks unimpressed.
I think my last message to you was stability before ball comes in. Neither side are stable there. Need you both to work harder to get that.
You know the dark arts of the front row players and the mentality. You're trying to find a way to just get that little bit of advantage and just trying to, you know, sway things. And in that case, you know, the first couple of scrums are always so important.
Yeah, I think that was just like over eagerness from both sides there. So just settle it down and just get the rhythm going.
Penalty will go the way of Boroughmuir, and Boroughmuir decide to go quickly through Keddy, taken down by Pau. And another penalty. It's one of these things in rugby, when you've not gone 10, it's very hard to let somebody just truck past you.
Absolutely, it's really a real discipline. But there's 2 penalties in a row, and now Boroughmuir Bears, Stirling Wolves had the advantage there, and now Boroughmuir Bears are getting the chance to work their way down the pitch.
George Paul pops it out of play. And for the Boroughmuir Bears, this is called the opposition half. It's often it takes you about 8 minutes to get in the opposition half, but they've come through quite a storm, and Graham Shield, I think, will be delighted with the way that his team weathered that early storm.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that, absolutely weathering those opening minutes.
Corey Tate. Out the throw. Back it comes to Corey Tate. Barretto. Cullen's coming off the wing. Barretto again. Gives such good service. The pass has always got a zip on it. Goes through Robeson. George Paul. No way through. Tough tackling. Marcus holding in there. And you could see Ryan Southern going, almost wanted to take that. Paul on the shoulders, the Paul, Laboda, Polish international. Paul again pulls the ball back. This lovely link-up play. Alex Tom. He's got a good first step, Alex Tom. Barretto, Westlake. Laboda. Barretto, Paul. There's the little dummy out onto the fullback. Muirhead up in support. Driving through Alex Tom. Not releasing. And the penalty will go the way of Boroughmuir. James Pau being pinged.
Yeah, everyone's congratulating each other there for the Boroughmuir Bears, quite rightly so. Really like some great interplay. Paul and Barretto really linking up superbly well. Alex Tom coming to the fore, and Laboda very much offering himself in the loose, which is great to see.
Yeah, if the Stirling Wolves players, I beg your pardon, I hadn't met Max Laboda before, they've certainly been introduced to him.
Absolutely.
This is Corey Tate, Scotland under 20.
9. Full line, please, White.
It comes again, Jack Fisher, usually the target. Corey Tate trying to get the ball, you can see there. Max Laboda driving Boroughmuir forward. The Wolves trying to get the players back. Hiddleston was trying to hold his bind there. The opportunity to drive through Scott Robeson. Alex Tom was in behind him. There's a chance, Barretto goes through. And the first points of the game inside the opening 12 minutes. Colin Barretto crosses the try line. It's been a while since he's done so, but that's his 6th try when he made his debut back in 2021 for Boroughmuir Bears. Back here this season and making a good impact here.
Very much a star on the World Series circuit, GB7s this year, aiming for qualification next year for the Olympics, but great to see him in a Boroughmuir Bears jersey and quite rightly getting that try there. Just always alert, his handling is superb.
Looks straightforward and is straightforward from the conversion. Well, if you're Eddie Pollock, you'd be slightly wondering, you've had all that possession, unable to get through, and the first time your opponents go down, you lose the score.
Adam Barreto, and the conversion by number 10, George Paul. The score, Stirling Wolves 0, Boroughmuir Bears 7.
Yeah, just a turnover in the 22, a couple of penalties, and they've quite rightly taken their chances there.
Get in before you do.
Well, there was Barreto, got the pass away really well. The tackle, to be fair, by Craig Jackson was a little bit high, but the referee happy. Now play to continue. Well, there's a mistake by George Paul. And Heather, what are you taught? You've scored, get the ball, get rid of it, don't give the opposition the impetus. And George Paul, we can see him there shaking the head.
Yeah, he knows, and you know that's the most dangerous time. He was almost on to next job. It's going to be hot tonight, the ball's going to be sweaty hands, so they're going to have to work hard to secure it off first phase.
Nine when it's stable.
Well, Stirling Wolves have racked up the points in this competition, outscoring their opponents 189 to 110, although they did stick 90 plus points on the FOSROC Futures 15 in a game in which they simply didn't let up.
Listen, I asked you to keep your bind high, and I've asked you now to keep your feet underneath me, okay? I've asked you both specific issues. If you don't do it, you're liable to sanction in the next one. Feet underneath, high bind.
I don't think the referee can be clearer.
Just seems we've said quite a lot of movement. He's looking for that stability.
Bind. Set.
McGee got it in. And the penalty will go the way of Boroughmuir. I was just about to say to you, Heather, if I was the scrum half there, I'd be getting rid of that as quickly as I could, because the referee's just waiting poised. I just thought he took too long to put it in and then too long to get it out.
Yeah, he's penalising Martin McGinley on the tight head side, number 3, just for coming in. So yeah, a quick pass might have done the trick.
White in the 10, Callum.
The initial scrum was good, but the secondary drive by the Boroughmuir Bears, excellent.
Inside the 15, 2, inside. Thank you.
Craig Kerry just catching that, just changing things up a little bit. Robson on the drive. Barreto. Oh, it's great hands. Muirhead with a chance to get away. He's got Cullen on his shoulder. Muirhead goes on the outside. Fullback on fullback. He leaves Bryce on the ground. And that's how to score in style. Ewan Muirhead gets the try for the Boroughmuir Bears. What a tournament he's having. His 6th appearance, that's his 5th try. And that's wonderful rugby from a Boroughmuir Bears perspective.
Yeah, it's just superb hands. He's got real strength there, taking on Conor Gordon, that lovely dummy, and just, yeah, Bryce just couldn't quite bring him down there. It's a great and intriguing matchup. Both the 15s, Glenn Bryce and Ewan Muirhead, are on 4 tries now. Muirhead taking that for a 5th try in this championships. Superb play.
Teammates up quickly in support for the congratulations as well. And I think if you're going to score, you may as well look like you enjoy it. And he did.
Absolutely, yeah. Enjoyed that one.
Got a good kicking record so far this season, George Paul. Let's fly. Well, it's solid start.
George, you got 13 come off, yeah?
And the conversion by number 10, George Paul. Your score, Stirling Wolves 0, Boroughmuir Bears 14.
So there is an issue. I think Ross McKnight has gone to the sidelines. We'll keep an eye on that.
Good timing on the kicker.
No mistake that time by Paul. Right. That's textbook stuff. Take the ball in, get it as long as you can. I'm not sure if the Wolves are slightly shell-shocked by this.
I was about to say they've had, you know, the dominant, and there was the turnover there from Paul, but they've not quite capitalised on the unforced errors, and a couple scrum penalties are proving the difference at the moment.
Well, that's a miss time of the jumping. Right up. Back onto Paul. Difficult one for Bryce, immediately taken down by Muirhead. Cullen goes in to try and initiate the steal. It's good counter rucking back though. And the ball squirts out the side, Barreto drops on it. Excellent work by Jack Fisher as well, but there was a knock on. The referee's the coolest man in the stadium at the moment. He's just nice and relaxed. David Sutherland with good communication. Not so convinced about the pink and the yellow, but apart from that.
Good comms between himself and Barreto there. Barreto just clarifying what he was wanting. Already hands on knees, a bit different from the Sevens game, but I'm sure he'll readjust. Excellent play so far.
Well, the next score is going to be very important in this one. Boroughmuir with the 2 tries. Matches in the FOSROC Super Series Championship, averaging 58 points a game, so there's a long way to go. Again, I think McGee's taking just a little bit too long to get that in.
9 behind the ball, 9 away.
Barreto trying to snipe in right in behind. There's the opportunity for Bryce. Plays it off. And Southern not letting go and then running in from the side.
12 back on your side before you play the ball, please.
And now Scott Robson. It's difficult, isn't it? You think you're doing the right thing, you're getting yourself out, you're trying to get back on. But the referee didn't feel there was a clear enough disengagement.
Yeah. Fine margins, but an opportunity here for Stirling Wolves.
You know the laws, you can't go in.
Much better scrum as well, that's given them the platform.
Yeah, don't go in the scrum.
Open Ladja at 3.
Do you like that from David Sutherland? You know the laws. You'd like to think so. That's through the hands though of Hamish Ferguson. And again it's a turnover for Boroughmuir. Paul tries to spot the gap. Bryce had come up as you would expect from the attack. He has to go rushing back. That's a good take by Glenn Bryce. Oh, Mason Cullen was in so quickly. Marcus Holden is the guide and the guard for McGee. Connor Gordon on the carry. McGee's been asked to use it. Now, when you've got Max Laboda bearing down on you, you've got to move very, very quickly. And McGee did so. Didn't quite get the distance he was looking for.
I definitely felt they're just under a wee bit of pressure there. Yep, Stirling Wolves definitely just feeling the heat a bit right now.
Well, they lost their first 2, won the next 2, and then lost last time out. As Keddy takes. That's how to clear someone out. Good driving work from Scott McGinley, 7. Barretto's been told to use it, he's got to try and find it first. And again, there's a good pass. Once more on to Scott Robson. Barretto again, just punched out. Kieran Westlake's a tall lad, he had to go down a long way to get it. That's loose. George Paul, that was a nice little dink through. Forces the covering tackle.
Okay, Callum, green ball.
Turnover is good. It's a good spell from the Boroughmuir Bears. Right up into Martin McGinley.
And away forward, thank you.
Put to the deck by Hamish Ferguson. It's good work tracking back by Gregor Hiddleston.
Backwards for me.
Went backwards, Jack Fisher manages to break his way through past George Breeze. That's no easy thing. Barretto again. Keddy wasn't sure. Joe Jenkins. Nice one gathered. Barretto. Boda.
He's away, he's away.
Nice little ball.
You're good there.
Well, George Breeze loves to carry, but he's having to do so much work. As that squeaks through. I would say that was a props pass, but I've got Heather alongside me, so I better not.
Good defensive shift there.
Certainly having to work hard. Your Muirheads. From an angle that looked forward, but you have to give credit to David Young, he was right in line. Barretto.
Back foot too, thank you.
Kieran Westlake comes in.
Carried back.
It's carried back inside the half, so in case of a 50-22. Absolutely no way through, but the pass off to Bryce was a good one. Again, Craig Keddy coming in.
Use 9, clearly not. That's you, he is trapped, ball's available. Ball is available, slow ball. Yeah, clear on the back foot, please, 6. Thank you, 6, back foot. 9, use please.
Well, clear direction coming from the referee.
Thanks, 4, good stop.
Barretto waits, good take, sizes up. Full back inside him. He's going to whip that out. Here's the opportunity for the speedy Tom to go. Craig Keddy flicked up well onto Corey Tate. In support was Ian Carmichael, was 1 for the Bears. Great tempo to the game. James Town trying to go in there, but he'll be cleared out. Barretto. It's a difficult one for Glenn Bryce to go back and gather. Has to do so. Well, he's taking it for a wander. As long as he's got the support, that's good play. Hiddleston. Good breaking through again by James Pout. So strong, the 26-year-old. 47th appearance for the Wolves. Counter ruck was good, that's excellent work. It was Ian Carmichael. Barretto puts a little bit of spin into that one. George Paul. That's lovely work between the wingers. Here's Mason Cullen. He's got plenty of pace, jinking ability. The tackle by Ryan Sutherland was just enough. Joe Jenkins in support. Kevin Westlake in at scrum half. Just got his arm caught. Barretto says stays stand off. Out you go. Well, the lads are trying to get in these, looked a little bit lost in the last 5-10 minutes in the pace of the game. Bears set up and come again. Scott McGinley with a touch and turn. It's interesting to see Joe Jenkins is sticking so close to the base, and eventually the penalty will come.
For me, he was clearly on his feet. Legal play.
That's the explanation from the referee. It's frantic stuff.
Absolutely. Just interesting to Graham Shield was talking about more consistency of play, staying in the game for longer periods, and that set there, I don't know how many phases, but Boroughmuir Bears really putting the Wolves under tremendous pressure there, kicking in behind, asking questions, making them play in their own 22.
First arriving player.
Interesting there, Craig Kerry just having a little word with the referee. Just trying to set what the issue was and make sure it isn't repeated. So it's interesting that the language of the referee, he's basically saying what he saw. His opinion, how he saw it, might not be how the player saw it, but that was his.
Good clarification. Yeah.
Now the line-out has been an issue. And it continues to be. Corey Tate. Well, they're shooting themselves in the foot from the line-out, and they're reloading and doing exactly the same as Paul tries to play it through. Lovely scoop up by Jenkins. Excellent work. Penalty is going to come. He goes too long in releasing.
He had the ball 6, sorry. He had 2 dabs at it. I thought he had it. Nah, he wasn't tackled, he was first arriving.
Well, he wasn't deemed as the tackler, but the first arriving player. There wasn't much in it.
No, not much in that at all. But I think a let off there for Stirling Wolves again. Boroughmuir Bears, their hands tonight, really, as we'd expect from Graham Shield coaching, really super hands tonight. Good continuity of play.
What do you do, Heather, when your line-out's in such trouble? I mean, I think that's 3 or 4. I mean, in the good old days, you just go to the front and just try and make things, you know, as simple as possible. But they've not tried to change the tactic yet.
Yeah, I think they've gone for a really long one, the last one. So back ball there worked. Well done.
James Powtook quickly through Connor Gordon. Holden was stretching for it. Runs over George Paul. Back to McGee. Good play through the hands of Craig Jackson. Mikey Herring getting involved. There's Glenn Bryce wearing 15. McGee moves it up. James Pout. McGee. Bryce, former Glasgow and Edinburgh player. Such experience he brings. Consider retirement, but fancied another go round.
Stay 7, thank you. Good.
McGee once more, quickly through the hands of Craig Jackson. Out wide it goes. Here's Marcus Holden. Holden driving his way through. Once more to Hamish Ferguson. Breeze downed well.
Advantage, 9 offside, not past the back foot.
I think one of the floodlights may not quite be working as we would like, and so your picture goes slightly darker as the penalty is awarded. Offside.
Time off, lads, we're getting a hand injured. Okay.
So Craig Carey is down. Plenty for both coaches to think about here. Graham Shield will be delighted that his team are ahead, that they've defended well, but if you're Eddie Pollock, you're going to be a little bit frustrated with the looseness at the line out, and just a couple of times they've kicked through when you think, well, just keep it in your hands, you're applying the pressure.
Yeah, a couple of scrum penalties as well, but that last line out was excellent, gave them a platform to play off. I saw Glenn Bryce coming into the line, great footwork, so they'll be looking to keep the territory, keep the possession and keep the pressure on the Bears as they started. I think not to score in that opening few minutes, I think they were just a bit confused about that, and that's reflected in the scoreline.
I have to say, I was just waiting for the score. It just seemed to be they were, you know, it was good defence by Boroughmuir Bears, but the way that Stirling play, you just thought there would have been a gap somewhere, and they weren't able to find it.
Yeah, I think after the loss to the Southern Knights, that's gonna be tough to turn around. But now they need to shrug that off and just get stuck in tonight.
I'm not seeing it being a massive issue at the moment. Okay.
Craig Jackson wears 10. And he'll put the ball into the corner, and Barreto got the score started tonight.
Time on, penalty, 9 offside.
It's Barreto himself who was offside. Just over 9 minutes to play in the opening half between the Stirling Wolves and the Boroughmuir Bears in the FOSROC Super Series Championship. 4th against 6th. As Hamish Ferguson brings it down. Trying to smuggle it once more to Gregor Hiddleston.
Same maul.
Same maul.
Out for 4.
Well, Mark McGinley was complaining about penalty advantage. I think Labora was the player who changed his bind. And interesting, Scott McGinley is not giving the ball up.
That's more like the maul that Stirling Wolves, that's such a weapon for them. The Bears knew about this, but yeah, just coming in the side there.
I didn't think that was a free one.
Another opportunity here.
That's going to be important to get the line out correct here.
Get your time in on the ground. You can come round, you can't change. Yeah, absolutely.
Ferguson the target.
9.
Hiddleston.
That stopped once, 9. And 2, use 9.
Referee says use. The jersey is almost off. Hiddleston. Tackle is made.
Back, Craig. No hands. Go line, Green. Go line.
Trying to drive their way through.
Advantage, offside.
Boroughmuir offside as Connor Gordon goes for the line. Even Ladger had the ball. Well, a good advantage, can go for it here. Hiddleston close to the line, but not close enough. Now it should be the try, and it is. Ryan Southern breaks his way through. The Wolves get themselves on the scoreboard, and Ryan Southern had a lot of work to do there. And the South African through for his 5th try in Stirling Wolves colours, and Stirling Wolves get themselves on the board.
Yeah, positive play there from Stirling Wolves and Ryan Southern, an excellent finish. Great patient build-up play, going through the phases. Hiddleston there, taking it forward, and a lovely change of angle there by Southern.
Yours was a bin because it was a cynical offence. Okay. Pardon?
Marcus Holden on kicking duties.
8's hands were past the back feet, 7 was never back on.
And that was the formality that we expected. That's a big score for Stirling Wolves.
Ryan Southern and the conversion by Marcus Holden. Your score, Stirling Wolves 7, Boroughmuir Bears 14.
That's a crucial score just before half-time, absolutely crucial.
Just keep the chase behind you, can bring it to the
Boroughmuir
side of the divots if you want.
still have the advantage. George Paul, 22-year-old, made his debut in the sprint series just before the summer. Sit on the angle. Taken down at night. Back again through McGee. On to Craig Jackson. It's got length on it. Muirhead. Confident young fullback. Barreto quickly out onto Corey Tate. Southern, who's try scorer, takes him down. Fisher in support, comes through. Scott McGinley at 7, extending his legs, and then so too the big pole, Laboda. Reto, Glenn Bryce tried to get the take. Crossing. I think Jenkins put Heron into Bryce there.
Look, that's the way I've read it. Absolutely, I look for the blocking, but that's what I felt.
Harsh?
Perhaps.
Again, one of the things that I like to say, Heather, is it often depends on what angle the referee is seeing.
Exactly.
You know, I think sometimes, certainly fans and players don't always necessarily appreciate you get that one angle, and if you're slightly to the side, it can paint one picture.
But he was quite clear. He blew the whistle. He was quite clear that from the angle he was at.
Taken by Rory Knott. This is better play. Well, there's Southern trying to romp his way through. Boroughmuir have come through, and it's going to be a card coming out here. The referee was very quick to go to his pocket.
You cannot jump over the rock. You're off your feet.
Well, again, another swing in this game. Let's have a little look at this. Watch for George Paul. Jumped over the top of the rock. It's off your feet.
Yeah, exactly. No, quite clear, and they've been on a warning before that, so the yellow card is right.
Sent long. Sent.
Or you got 22.
Scrummer 22 is the option. George Paul, 22 years old. I think that's what coaches will call the learning experience.
Yeah, just super eager. They've had a lot of ball, and now Stirling are just creeping back in, just eager to get that ball back. But yeah, yellow card.
One of the props is keen for a scrum.
No yellow cards in the last 5 meetings of these sides. That has been remedied tonight. Again, the mistake coming from the Wolves to give possession back to Boroughmuir. I mean, you've just gone down to 14, 2.5 minutes from half time.
Their seconds aren't in. You take the time you need as well.
Wolves are just reflecting at half time, just tidying this little bits and pieces up. Take advantage of the opportunities.
Colin They're going to get the penalty again. It's good scrummaging work.
What was it? Loose head collapse. Okay. Loose head collapse is the information I got. Quite loose head to floor.
That's good teamwork by the officials.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
That's been the story of this half, when Stirling Wolves have the ascendancy. Just a couple of 3 scrum penalties now. Just turning them screw a bit.
Guys, take the 22.
So when Wolves and Bears come head to head, it's always tasty. It has been so far. Boroughmuir Bears 1 less try bonus point, 2 less losing bonus points than the Stirling Wolves. The Wolves have 3 defeats so far this season, but they've picked up losing bonus points in 2 of them.
Give them the correct numbers early.
Lots of line out shenanigans. And again, from a Boroughmuir perspective, it just ticks the clock away. Corey taking absolutely no hurry. Finds Kenny well. Quickly away from Scott McGinley. 14 against 15, but Boroughmuir are going to go for this here. Good tackling by Craig Hiddleston. Loretto. No way through for the Bears there. They'll come back out onto the right hand side. Labora, if he can handle it, he did.
Off two.
Jenkins on the dummy run. Advantage will come for the Bears.
Yes, turnover was legal, you've just knocked it on in the process.
So,
It was good,
referee
it was on ball,
explaining
just knocked it on.
all was fine until the knock on.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can just see the little guddle there.
Yeah, just tiny bit, tiny bit.
James Trout. It's an interesting one for Boroughmuir. This, you know, you're on the 22. It is the last play. You could just kick it out and go and get your half-time orange. But I think they might sense that points are on offer here.
Yeah, I think the way Barretto there. Yep, keen to play. Keen to play. See what happens.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Well, that was messy. As Mark McGinley comes up, looks at the referee, disapprovingly.
Let me decide. Okay. Neither team had stability. Hold your weight, keep the space. I'll hold the ball until it's stable, both sides.
Yeah, on the set there's a lot of movement, so I need to minimise that.
But you know what it's like in there. So what are you looking for from the referee? What are you trying to prove to him? How can you show that you are stable and perhaps your opponents aren't?
Yeah, sometimes they're pushing too early as well. There's lots of movement between all 8 and pushing too early. There.
Well, the head popped up of Corey Tate, and the referee's decided it's come round.
Can't reward you going round. Not for me.
This is what I love about rugby. You can interpret things in different ways. Craig Kelly's basically making the argument, Heather, that they were in command of the situation. They were coming forward, therefore he expected the call.
Yeah, they were going forward and then they turned slightly, but as the referee just said there, you don't get rewarded for slightly turning it, so you want square, stable play.
I can't reward you going round the corner. Must be straightforward. Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Barretto in.
Yes.
Craig Kelly at the back. He'll dig it out here. Flip off to Barretto. Tom was on the dummy run. Muirhead's already on the score sheet. Jenkins in support. Barretto once more, back on the inside. Jack Fisher. Kieran Westlake in quickly to support Barretto. Credit to the Wolves defence here. And they do need to clear out, and he did so, Conor Gordon. Penalty.
You're on your knees. Freeze, clearly off his feet. Played the ball. Take your time.
Ogdenladja penalised there. Now this is an interesting one, Heather. What would you do? You're deep into stoppage time in the first half. You're down to 14. Do you take the 3 points on offer? Because, I mean, it's a fairly simple kick. And just take yourself that little bit further away, or do you gamble and go for the corner?
Interesting what they're going to do here. There's obviously been a bit of discussion. Muirhead stepping up. Post nominated, yeah. I think that's a good decision given that they've got 14.
Well, you get another 60 seconds for the kick at least. So again, it's just a way of winding down that clock. Kenny continues to get some treatment. And Muirhead looks straight forwards, pops it through, and with that kick through the posts for the visitors, the half-time whistle of David Sutherland goes. And no wonder the Bears are smiling. Had to endure some very, very early pressure, and they did so. But they do have the advantage at half-time. So Boroughmuir Bears led by 14-10, the extra 3 points coming in from the penalty. 17-10, the half-time scoreline. And it has been just a very entertaining game. Rugby, a lot of errors, and I know Eddie Pollock will not be happy with the errors that his team made, the line-out overthrows and the conceding of the penalties.
Yeah, I think if they can just eradicate them. They started so well, Stirling Wolves, but Boroughmuir Bears, their scrum is definitely proving a weapon for them, and their phase play, their continuity of phase play is outstanding.
Yeah, it has been interesting. Boroughmuir Bears Only one away match this season so far. They were held to just 7 points at Watsonians, and they've managed to find a way to get 17 on the board so far. 3 tries in the half. The scoring started with Glenn Barreto, and he's certainly such a danger. The Boroughmuir Bears, number 9.
Rugby World Cup getting underway today. The match between France
and at this point, Heather, they'd survived about 9 minutes of sustained pressure, and this was their first trip to the 22.
Yeah, good carry there by Robeson. Just a great snide. That's great awareness there by Barreto. That's why he's starting tonight. Just brings that extra bit of energy and dynamism. Corey Tate working hard at the back there.
Hiddleston was trying to there, but it's good guarding play as well.
Strong carry there, really strong carry, and good support play as well.
Yeah, good work by Scott Robeson. Glenn Barreto is over for the first score of the match. That came after 12 minutes. And the advantage went the way of the Boroughmuir Bears. I mean, good cover defence. They had a lot of players across the Wolves. This was a really strong run, and there was very little Craig Jackson can do apart from just bring his man down, and there was the ball just going through, despite the attentions of Hamish Ferguson. So they had the opening score. And then this was some delightful rugby. I mean, Glenn Bryce, I think, will be disappointed he didn't make the tackle, but a bit of swagger from the young man.
Yeah, just that lovely little pop pass just to create it, and then superb take, and just, yeah, those hands, absolutely outstanding. Gordon as well, just not quite getting his man. Yeah, and Bryce thinking it was going back inside, and he just saw the change of movement there and took it on the outside.
It was a good game. Ewan Muirhead looks confident, player just 19 years old, realised what was on his inside through the dummy. And just that wonderful moment in rugby when you know you're going to score.
Yeah, great balance.
Stirling Wolves, though, to the credit, I mean, a few misplays, a few bits of misfiring, but they managed to get themselves together, and it was no surprise when Ryan Southern got himself over the line.
I like that. Route 1 just comes back in, straightens up. Super finish.
Yeah, George Paul was just caught at his heels.
Great carry there by Hiddleston.
Yeah,
quick ruck.
Mikey Hearn was doing his job as well, coming in off the wing.
Yeah.
So it was good work by Hiddleston. And then it came. It was Boroughmuir Bears, despite getting George Paul popped in the sin bin for diving over at a ruck, which the referee took a rather dim view of, quite rightly so. They managed to get the penalty to pop it over for 17-7 at half-time. That's the scoreline from Bridgehaugh. Join us for the second half in just a few minutes. All the action still to come, which should be a very exciting 40 minutes to come. The half-time scoreline, Stirling Wolves 7, Boroughmuir Bears 17.
Big thank you once again to our sponsors here at Stirling Wolves for this season, our main sponsor Kalido, and also our other sponsors and backers this season, Low Free Distillery, Johnson Carmichael, Douglas Park BMW, ESP Physio, Kilgannon Motors, JM Architects, University of Stirling Sports, Nike Kit Locker, and also Culross. A big thank you to our supporters here this season at Stirling Wolves.
Welcome back to Bridgehaugh FOSROC Super Series Championship Rugby. The Stirling Wolves are out. They've had a good home record in recent years. They won 5 of the last 7. Overall, in the FOSROC series, they've won 13 of 26 at home. Couple of draws, both against the Southern Knights. They've lost 11, so usually find a way to get the points when they're at home. But they are going to have to come from behind, trailing by 10 points. The recent away record for the Bears hasn't been that great. They've won just 2 of their last 7 on their travels away from Meggetland. All told, 23 matches at this level. And they've come away with winning points 7 times. Graham Shield, 53-year-old coach, man from Gallup, former Scotland international player. He'll be delighted with the way his Bears have suited up for this one. And Eddie Pollock, who's a bit of a legend around Stirling County way, 13 years a player, former skipper, and renowned coach as well. Scotland under 18s and under 20s. He will not have been too chuffed with some of the loose play. And the good thing is they're only 10 points down and 40 minutes to go. And immediately the knock on. It's not quite the tone setter that Stirling would have been looking for. But no, sometimes you just got to smile.
Yeah, I'm sure the Wolves would have talked at half-time about tidying up their set piece, both scrum, line out, and just taking their opportunities. So not the ideal start, but reset here. Another opportunity for Bears.
So the Bears front row of Carmichael, Tate, McGinley up against Breeze, Hiddleston and Ogunlaja. And have been getting the better of things, the Bears. Well, up it comes, but the referee sees the ball available. Loretto gets it moving. Loretto again. Carry coming in from Westlake. Counter ruck was attempted by Connor Gordon. Loretto. Again comes back to the left-hand side. Westlake downed. Loretto again. Just interesting to watch Joe Jenkins and how he's so far on the inside. Coming again, trying to see if there's a way through. Westlake had Fisher outside him, but he'll flick that ball on. Out it comes, Alex Tom. Tom with a lovely little spin to get away from Heron. Barretto, there was a bit of a gap. Challenges out wide. There's been a change. Dan Winning is on. I think for Martin McGinley, but we'll get that confirmed for you. Jack Fisher takes it in. Westlake in behind him. Tate. Bodin support. The turnover is good. That's great work, Ed Timpson. Not really called his name too often in the game. It's his first big moment. Now comes through the hands of Bryce. On to Jackson. McGee. Well, that's a confident pass from Hamish Ferguson. Boroughmuir trying to enforce the turnover, but haven't done so. Hiddleston waits for it. Dan Winning up very quickly. McGee in again. Holding it first receiver. And there's the chance to move through. Ross McKnight. He's a hard man to stop. 6'5" frame. Inside it goes. On to Kyle McGee and the explanation point as he pops the ball down. And it is a good start to the second half for the Stirling Wolves. Second try of the match, the first for Kyle McGee. And that's his 6 and 11 appearances, and that's excellent rugby from the home team.
Yeah, that all came from the defence there, and then the opportunity to attack. We know how dangerous Ross McKnight is. Great support line there from Kyle McGee, absolutely great line. Enjoyed that finish.
Well, Ross McKnight is not the kind of man you want rumbling towards you underneath the floodlights. And all credit to Mason Cullen, he made the tackle. That could do little to prevent the pass on the inside. The kick is good. And we have a 3-point game once more. again, just shows the psychological advantage of that penalty just at the end of the first 40 minutes. Just you keep the lead.
Your score: Stirling Wolves 14, Boroughmuir Bears 17.
And that try definitely came from that pressure. I think they've talked about it was much more intensity and aggressive by Wolves there in their defensive set, and then they got the turnover. Try time.
George Paul has returned to the action. So it's 15 against 15 once more. Hiddleston gets a little bit of help to come round the corner from Hamish Ferguson. Ball pulled back. Strong kick. Muirhead waits for it. He tries the up and under. These players stay in the right place. That's a great take by Kieran Westlake. Good tackling by Mikey Heron. This is a platform for the Bears. I think advantage will come their way. Labora. A very strong first 15 minutes, then dropped out slightly. That ball in the corner, and they will come back for the penalty advantage.
What a take by Westlake. That was absolutely outstanding. Again, just putting in some kicks, asking the questions. Yep, recycling there. Good play.
Well, they're going to go for the posts and just try and pop the points on. We have lost contact with the referee for now, unfortunately. We're quite enjoying the conversation David Sutherland was having. So again, there's clarification being sought, but the Bears quite happy just to come and take the penalty. You can see Rory Knott just having a little word with David Sutherland. So George Paul, played with Hartbury College, moved up to Edinburgh, and was swiftly recruited by the Boroughmuir Bears. Didn't look like he was going to miss from there. So plenty of points scored at the start of this second half. 1,054 points in the championship so far in 18 games, an average of 58.
Run behind the players, run behind the players.
So 34 so far in this game.
Chase behind, please.
Boroughmuir Bears scorer number 10, George Paul. Your score: Stirling Wolves 14, Boroughmuir Bears 20.
Right up.
10 will do, Callum.
Excellent play. It does make a difference, Heather, when you're playing, when you get somebody who's such a reliable catcher of the ball that can just get it away before any pressure comes on and gets you out to the 10.
He's really a great all-round rugby player. I think the sevens definitely hones your close skills, and yeah, just passing, kicking, and the breakdown as well. We've seen it there, and his opportunity to try as well.
Have they sorted out the line out? They're a bit messy in the first half, better that way. Comes down onto Connor Gordon. Marcus Holden. McGee picks up Hiddleston again. Well, he's got room to run. McGee once more. McGee again. Breeze. Well, there's the turnover. It's quick work by Barreto. Back it comes on to Paul. Of course, Glenn Bryce was up trying to support the attack, has to come all the way back. That's well received by Connor Gordon.
Ball was always inside.
All clear. George Paul. Barreto outside him. Just trying to get this on the angle correctly. Well taken by Craig Jackson. Jackson. McGee. Morgan Ladgett. Nigerian descent. 20-year-old prop. Former Dundee and Glasgow Hawks under 20 international player. Ferguson again, he offloads so quickly. And there's Ferguson, his knees are on the ground. Laboda has to release. That's an awkward one. And McGee is caught. Barreto tries to gather. Hiddleston off to Knott.
No nines off.
Jackson reverses it back onto McGee. Boroughmuir there in numbers. Tate is very quickly trying to get on the ball. And it was Westlake that forced the ball out. And then Jenkins tried to come in. Well, it's more a Picasso than anything else in terms of a work of art, but it was effective.
Yeah, real desire actually, real desire to want that ball.
Yeah, he gets it out wide. Cullen, he's got plenty of pace. Lets it go. Muirhead looks for it. Heron has to try and defend it. Gets away from Muirhead. Now starts the attack. Robson, the man who took him down. There's the ball.
That's you there. Ball wasn't available. No hands on the 9-4, thank you.
Jackson. Again, the opportunity to drive through. Here's James Pow. Pow still going. It's good tackling to take him down. There's the offload. Bryce on the carry through. Back again to Hiddleston. Swallowed up there by Craig Keddy. Took a knock towards the end of the first half, but he's okay. That's a little bit loose. Holden has to gather. He's under severe pressure from Joe Jenkins. Now he has to release. Good positioning by the referee.
Ball's on the green side. 7, leave it now. Go.
Barreto back on to Paul. Has to bounce
22.
that through. We'll take a Boroughmuir bounce there. And Bryce goes back.
Stop White.
Yeah, now the play it goes. I'll leave you to sum that up. There was very little happening.
Just a hugely intense period of play there. Boroughmuir Bears just soaking up the pressure. Stirling Wolves trying to find a way through, and the kicking game's key here. I think Paul and Barreto are really, putting it deep into the Wolves' territory and asking the questions, and I think that's keeping them at bay and the Wolves' attack at bay. Good defence there. A couple of really key turnovers, working really hard. Both sides working really hard.
Have a look at the Scotland International alongside me, Paul Mitchell, here on our coverage of the FOSROC Super Series. Stirling County against the Boroughmuir Bears. Changes are coming.
Yeah.
You can see
Number 3, Mogi Ogundula, replaced by number 25.
Ogundula is off.
Thanks, Callum. Yeah, good, you.
He struggled to get into the game tonight. He's a good young prospect, but he's just struggling a little bit. Just a second appearance for the Wolves. His first start. And the paperwork being done by the backroom team.
That's what you got your last penalty for.
Games like this would be hugely beneficial. It's exactly the competition give these opportunities. So excellent to play at this level and get that level of competition and intensity on a hot Friday night.
Yeah, 7 green as well. 7 green as well.
Scott McGinley is going to be leaving us.
Lads, time's off.
Time is off, so there's no particular problem. Look at Alessandro. Here's 20.
Time's off. Hold, Davey, hold. Greener on the line, open up.
Boroughmuir Bears replacement.
Sub's good, George.
Is number 7,
Time on.
Scott McGinley. He's been replaced by number 20, Tristan Andrews.
Chest to chest for me.
The advantage is going to come the way of the Boroughmuir Bears. Taking it quickly, Barreto's going. Dragged down by Knott. Westlake, Abora, Fisher. Winning in support, where's 18? Scramble defence from the Wolves. Holden missed the challenge. Barretto again. Nicely done through the hands of Winning. And that's been turned over. Now the opportunity for Ryan Southern. Already a try scorer tonight. See Cullen. Well, it continues to be hectic stuff out there.
Chase onside, please.
Barretto. Clip kick round the corner. Now Jackson was impeded by Jenkins, and the arm of the referee is swiftly up. Hiddleston reacts.
Listen, I appreciate your eyes are on the ball. You have a duty of care for him. I've had to speak to you twice about contact in the air. Be very careful. For me, it's a penalty only, but considering it's two, be very careful. Back you go, please. That's funny because they've said the same for two from you. So I'm obviously missing a lot. Back you go.
Referee has a sense of humour at least. It's confirmation Tristan Andrews on the field. Not look at Alessandri.
If I've not given us a high tackle, I've not seen it as full play, so I apologise. All right? Okay? Absolutely. There you go, that's you. You open it up, please. Go in the first man.
Well, Glenn Bryce. A very important part to play in this game. Skinner was slated to wear 18, he wears 25. Involved in that line out as the Wolves come down the left hand side. McGee inside onto Knott. Some support by Pau. Timpson tries to support Gordon. Timpson, one of the new players brought in from Nottingham Uni. As the knock on is given. Stirling County love to promote young players from within their own ranks. They also look far and wide across the UK for emerging talent. I know they think highly of Ed Timpson.
Advantage over.
Advantage is over as the ball is popped into the crowd. The pace has never really relented in this game.
No, I think it's a credit to both teams and both teams' strength and conditioning, because they're going at it hammer and tongs, and it's a high standard of play. They just, both sides, just crucial errors at crucial times, just like relieving the pressure when they want to keep the pressure on.
What's going to be the difference in this game? I mean, it's very tight, obviously, just the 6 points, but what's going to make the difference? Is it a team that just cleans up some of these errors?
I think both teams are wanting to play at tempo. I think minimise the penalties definitely as this half goes on, and tidy things up and find the wide channels. Ross McKnight certainly looking threatening.
Dan Winning taken out the side there as the ball continues. Hiddleston still has it. Laboda gets ejected. As Corey Tate's come in from the side. The Wolves have done well to keep it alive. Southern. McKnight in behind him. Jackson thought about it. Still got the advantage. Holden coming through. Knock on advantage coming. Holden trying to work his way through. 31 is Eric Davey. So they'll come back for the advantage.
With time off.
Has been frantic at times. You could see there, Jackson. Sometimes it's what you don't do, so in that case not giving the pass was the right thing to do, although it makes it look like you get swallowed up, but actually it wouldn't have been a good idea.
Yeah, no, he's a real thinker of the game, and just control it. He can feel it right now. They've got a bit of control. They had control at that maul, marched them down on that left channel, and then just making the right decision at the right time. Tidy play. Not forcing it.
Yeah. We've got somebody on.
Just a pause in the action as the changes come. Well, last season, at the start to the championship for the Stirling Wolves, they had lots of injury issues. Used 45 players in the first 6 games. It just seemed to be the medical room was packed with Wolves.
Obviously, this is the last game before a break next week, so I think that players will know that, so they can give everything for this last period of play. And yeah, tight contest, and then they get the break next week, and then second round of fixtures 2 weeks' time.
2 entry. Time on.
Time back on. There's the kick to the corner.
On the line, lads. Wait till it's on the ground. Get round, fine, don't change. You're good there.
Ruslan, 6'2", 12 tries and 26 appearances, but he'll fancy another one here.
Early.
Boroughmuir though engaged early, penalty advantage to come. Hiddleston is driving through.
Ball was down and up.
Well, Boroughmuir are disputing the fact the ball was touched down correctly, but the referee was in the right position. And Gregor Hiddleston with his 13th try, 7th of this season. And he just got enough. And the referee was very, very close to see that he collapsed onto the ball, was happy to give the try. Mason Cullen was less enamoured.
Yeah, powerful drive there. The mile before that, it showed that they were building, had that control, and then just finished off the job there.
Well, they scored their 3rd try of the evening, and Marcus Holman has the opportunity to give the Wolves something they've not had tonight, and that is the lead.
Under the post and we'll get them on. Just bring them on at the kick.
And they still don't have the lead. Post hit with a conversion. Small margins, and a point just separates the two.
Stirling Wolves 19, Boroughmuir Bears 20.
Setting up to be a very interesting last 21 minutes.
Yeah, tough for Holden, doesn't miss many, so yeah.
Hang on, just check. I think you guys are making subs.
Boroughmuir are thinking about making changes.
Good. Yeah, good when you're side you were.
Decided against it. Barreto. Hiddleston, the try scorer, back into action immediately. Tate tried to bring him down. Davey. And the pullback. Ahead waits and gathers. Head up, looks to see where the gaps might be. It certainly wasn't where he wanted it.
Stay white, stay white, stay white, thank you.
Barreto. Absolute definition of a safe pair of hands. Simpson finds that bouncing back into him. Good control, turn, sets the ball back. Excellent play, Ed Timpson. Breeze into Fisher. Davey. And through Jackson. Gordon makes his way through. Davey again, there's the high kick. Don't have a lot of distance for it. Heron fighting for it. And the knock-on. Advantage will come the way of the Bears. Westlake through onto Tate, almost through, back onto Westlake. A little bit of room to run here. Jenkins on his shoulder. Barreto. Fisher. Bears looking to re-establish themselves in this game. They lead by a point. Flick take to Andy McLean.
Backwards.
Oh, Glenn Bryce was living dangerously there. Well, if you're going to guddle it backwards. There's the offload. The advantage is given us over. Again, the loose pass, you're trying to be creative, but you've also got to watch Jenkins. Almost got the better, but Southern's got away from him, and there's a lot of space around. Ryan Southern tries to step inside. Here's the opportunity for Davey. Davey lifts it out onto Heron. Callum Ram couldn't make the tackle. It's back inside onto Marcus Holden. Rolls it back inside. Almost bowled it along the ground. The Bears somehow survive. Davey. Bryce looking for the line. Gets the line. But how things can change. Boroughmuir were banging on the door. And then the turnover. And how quickly they move to the other end. And it's Glenn Bryce who puts the Wolves ahead for the first time tonight. Well, at that moment, Heather, it looked all bad.
Yeah, it was messy ball, but Southern, real low centre of gravity, strong runner, looking, sort of almost delaying his run, waiting for the support. Lovely pass out there to Heron. Holden does well here. Just wants to know to keep it alive, keep it alive. Another phase. And the cut back in. Great body position, great finish.
Just cramp.
So the try bonus for the fourth try goes to the home side.
Yeah. I couldn't have a wee bit of tape, could I, please? Thank you. Just for the back, these wires keep coming loose. I'm sweating too much.
Normal service has been resumed from the boot of Marcus Holden. Well, if you like your rugby with lead changes, you've come to the right place.
Holden's just run the full length of the pitch, and then to miss his last kick, and then to get that kick, that's great composure.
Corey Tate just going off in the background. Moreto gets us underway. Touched on the inside. It's taken by Arthur Allen. There's a Bear with no number, which I'm going to presume is Callum Smith. Moreto on to Fisher. I was going to compliment Boroughmuir on the wonderful numbers, and then they throw somebody on that doesn't have one. As the ball comes back inside, it's Paul trying to make it happen. Now here's the speed, little ball on the inside onto Callum Ram. Good offload by Callum Ram. Moreto through the hands of Andy McLean. Exciting young player he is. I know Callum Smith is there, and it's 17 on. Now there's a little pass on the inside. Ram trying to work his way through. Boroughmuir looking for the immediate response. And there is the drop. And there's the interception. Craig Keddy, well, he's been around long enough to know that that one wasn't going to count. Again, it's just been breathtaking rugby from both these teams who are just desperate to attack. And Stirling obviously have the lead, but Boroughmuir again pushing at that try line every chance they get.
Very much showing their ambition, and the subs definitely making their mark. Andrew McLean, Callum Ram, a couple of really good inside ball, and then that break there. Excellent play.
So referee just having words, of course, changes on the front row. Now Callum Smith is on at 17. Scrum has been a source of a couple of penalties. Stirling will want to take care of this one, and they do so. Good exit play. Although they are trying to run out from their 22. Jenkins in quickly. clearing kick. Muirhead waits. There's the little skip step. So look at Alessandri with the white scrum cap. He is the man with no number. He was slated to wear 19. But I'm going to guess a number 19 jersey wasn't quite the right size for him.
Yeah, also front row, they had two tight head front row covers, unusually on the bench today.
Yeah, need it, I think Dan when he went off. That's great play by the Bears to disrupt the line out, but then can't hold on to it. 2 players are down. And the initial knock on was against Stirling Wolves. Well, we heard the referee about 5 minutes ago saying that his microphone pack was causing him a little bit of problems, and I think he's knocked the wires back into place now. So changes coming again. George Breeze is going to go off. Ed Timpson 2. Mentioned Ed Timpson's been a good pickup.
Great scrum. All right. I know you can do it.
Liam Corm.
Right, last one, really good.
Introduced to the action.
Okay, water off. Time on. Forward from
McDonald wears 20 with a headband.
Sorry boys, I'll make them up. Take the space you need. Okay, really good.
Replaced by number 17, Liam Corm, and number 20, Sean McDonald.
So, sorry lads, hookers, that's the mark. Set up where you need the space.
It's going to be one of these nights I think you'd be surprised if both benches aren't emptied, given the fact, I mean, it's just been of such high tempo.
And they're still going there. It was almost like they were stand-up when they were waiting for that scrum. Both were like, we can still, we want more, showing their fitness like deep into this half.
Bind! Set! Lads, I asked you to take the space. Please make sure you're getting the space to have your feet underneath you. Feet underneath. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Barreto in quickly.
9, use.
Use quickly. There's a little ball back on round onto Barreto, who loves to try and find that gap. Joe Jenkins. There's history of scoring tries against the Wolves. Barreto. Take it on well, driving close, and the penalty will come. Not moving away.
Yes, Barreto again, just keeping that tempo up. Fitness showing now on the 69-minute mark, and he's just keeping the tempo up, keeping the pressure on.
Callum Ramble step forward. Pop this in the corner, the 27-year-old. 27th appearance now for the Boroughmuir Bears. And pops that into the corner. That's Arthur Allen in at hooker. Arthur Allen has got the opportunity to get the throw right here, and we'll see what Boroughmuir can do. Arthur Allen started 4 of the previous 5 games. Got a trio of tries again against the Futures 15. So again, you'll watch, it will come up. Well taken by Fisher, and Allen goes in at the back. Tries to gather. It's a bit desperate defending. Hiddleston in there. Allen trying to push forward. Well, the ball's in there somewhere, I can promise you that, and it scoots out the side. Picked up well. Here's the opportunity to go through. Andy McLean. Now trying to drive on was Jenkins. Out it comes. Desperate defending from the Wolves. Under 10 to play. Alessandro trying to drive his frame on. Comes through the hands of Fisher, went backwards though. Again, the tackle is made. Westlake in at scrum half now. That's good tackling. Lewis Skinner wears 25. The Bodo waits as a potential. Tristan Andrews was in there. Big moment in the game. So Robeson is down. They're going to try and push it out wide through the hands of Muirhead. Good driving tackle, but the Bears still have the ball back on their own side. Barreto into Andrews. Andrews just ran into Rory Knott. It's not something you'd recommend. Fisher in lending his support. Laboda again is available. Should it go that way? Big stand here from the Stirling Wolves. Alessandro went in. 17 is Callum Smith. Again, good tackling by Rory Knott. Well, the ball was available, or so he thought, Connor Gordon. Well, he was saying the ball was out, but the referee disagrees, and it's a penalty in front of the posts. Although I suspect they will go for the corner. Well, he felt the ball was out. From an angle, I still think it was just in.
Not quite, yeah, not quite. Great passage of play there by both teams. Defensive set there by Stirling Wolves, and the Bears just, keeping that tempo. The forwards are recycling. Let's hear what the ref's saying.
That's the international signal for I'm in charge. Kick to the corner. Josh Beveridge also introduced to the action. Josh Beveridge just 19, so too Andy McLean.
Replacement for Boroughmuir Bears. Coming on is number 21, Josh Beveridge. And coming off is number 12, Scott Robeson.
So Scott Robeson was injured, so he's gone off. Jack Fisher getting some running repairs as well. This is just a moment, Heather, just to get yourself organised. You know that the Bears have, well, they suggested they were going to kick to the corner. Got to set your defence up right.
It's not even a touch and go one. Okay. I tried to tell you it's not. All right.
I just thought because taking shit on you, it's right there. To me, it looked like it was.
To me, clearly inside. I'm in a better position than you. Okay. Time on. Scrum
so the New Zealander may be slightly bemused by the referee there. Well, they indicated they might kick to the corner. They're going to take the scrum.
Yeah, the Bears' second row is doing a power of work. Not too much cover on the bench there. So really, Laboda and Fisher really putting in a sterling effort tonight.
It was almost worked out that Alessandro was on the bench and the loss of Dan winning.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Josh Beveridge played with the Boroughmuir first 15, now graduated to Super Series Rugby level, gets it, he's going to bring it out wide. Here's the opportunity now. Jenkins been waiting for this all night. Still back on the Bears side. Rolls along, it didn't go forward. Tristan Andrews, where's 20, drops onto it. Westlake left it, comes out to Callum Ram. Ram tries to run through two, he's halted. Turn sets. Keddy in again. Well, the defence being tested here as Callum Smith tries to come through again. Tristan Andrews dropping on. Well, this is rugby in the trenches. McLean tries to find his way through. The referee, nice footwork to reverse. Ball is available. Laboda. Oh, they love him as the first person to carry. Jenkins in there again, tries to come on the reverse, saw the gap, saw the turf.
his ball is available. Your 8. If your 8 is trapping it.
Craig Keddy was trapping the ball, according to the referee. They didn't get out in time, the Bears.
He's just picked up and driven straight into it.
That's why they're up there. Do you think?
What?
Was there not plan?
Well, either way, it doesn't matter. You're pinning him down. You're pinning him in. 2, substitution.
Yeah, just driving into the own player there, so.
Yeah, referee explaining what the problem was. Time off, temporarily.
Yeah, absolutely. So just
Replacement for Stirling Wolves, off number 2, Gregor Hiddleston, replaced by number 24, Reno Kennedy.
Which one side it?
Rena Kennedy comes on
The guy who's presenting to say that he's holding him in. If I'm trying to present the ball,
off the bench for the 5th time this season. He's still in county debut, just 17 years old. And a real stalwart now for the Wolves. It's a big moment to come into as well, into the front row. It is your scrum, but you need to get this clean.
Hugely experienced. Hiddleston, good shift there from him.
Played well.
bind. Set. Yeah, let's go look up.
Nick Davey, just 19 years old, the South African from Port Elizabeth. Now, referee deciding that was against Boroughmuir Bears. Craig Keddy querying it, but it's the Wolves who celebrate.
That's a huge turnover there. Huge penalty for them.
Loose head angle. Thanks, Cal.
Touch has not been found. Callum Ram will gather. Inside onto Muirhead. Through the hands of Jenkins. Barreto waits for it. Halfway line.
No hands.
Beveridge. On to Keddy with some help from Alessandri. And McLean tries to drive through. Beveridge.
Tackle.
And the jersey's nearly off. It's Beveridge. Barreto. Out it goes on to Keddy. Keddy trying to find a gap. It's good work again by Connor Gordon on the tackle. Beveridge. Jenkins. Oh, these are hard yards. Tristan Andrews. Holden thought about going in there.
7 back.
Here's the box kick. Didn't have the distance. It's well taken. And then it's given away though. Arthur Allen, the recipient, after Glenn Bryce put it in. It's not gone into touch. He has now. Great intensity. I've got the easy job here. I just have to describe the action. You're going to have to think about player of the match. So we'll give you a moment or two to think about that.
Time's off. Yeah, white ball taken out by Green.
Accurate or not really?
Yeah, time is off. Yeah, your captain's injured. Yeah, of course.
Time off. Captain is injured.
It's not safe for me to keep.
Huge defensive set there by the Wolves. Hugely impressive, and their ambition still to counter and tackle off that. Really excellent play.
I will come round at the next scrum. Okay. Hang on, hold the ball, please. Water off, please. Water off, please. Who's at the front? That's you.
So the water carriers have been
Time on.
taken off. 6 points in it. Wolves do have that try bonus.
And the 5.
The score now by the Wolves would seal things up for the evening, you would
16,
think.
16.
Well, this game has swung quite quickly. Does really well, Davey, to keep his balance. Bring the ball back on the inside. Here comes the pass. On to Jackson, got it away well. Ross McKnight hard to take down. Glenn Bryce dragged to the ground. Penalty. Well, that was the arm coming out. And the referee seemed to indicate the arm up and then decide against and bring the arm back down.
Yeah, the Wolves just managing to slow Bears play down just a bit, just giving them time to attack.
Holden sends it long. Muirhead meets it, goes for the clip kick, felt he was just being held off. Jackson away. Under 2 minutes to play. Back inside their 22, trailing by 6. Alan Barreto tries a little clip kick over. Canny Carter comes in behind. Mason Cullen is there. Well, it's a little bit frantic. Boroughmuir managed to hold on. Tom tries to find the gap. Jenkins was there, driving through. Callum Raman at scrum half. Westlake. The challenge, Tom Smith, 19 for the Wolves. There's the little pass in behind. It hasn't worked. Now Davey out wide. Onto Heron. Heron tackled well by Andrews. Ryan Southern. Well, they just need to keep it down here for the next minute.
The ball is available. Scrum advantage is over.
Davey plays it on the inside. Boroughmuir tried to gather. The ball was out. Flicked up well. There's a little clip kick through by Jackson. The advantage over for kicking the ball.
Goal line dropout.
That's a goal line dropout.
Scrum only. You've kicked away the advantage.
Well, they tried to get it away quickly.
Got lots of players there. You've players are down. No, it's clearly. Okay, it's a goal. So sorry.
Well, the man holding the ball's had an influential night.
No, the time is off.
Colin Barreto. See your pick?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, FOSROC player of the match, Colin Barreto, just constantly trying to play at tempo, especially in the first half, running out of gas a wee bit in the second half, and I think that's largely due to the Wolves' intensity in defence, and they've really, got their tries in the second half as well. So, but player of the match, Colin Barreto, good to see playing 15s.
He was a little frustrated that he wasn't allowed to go there, so sends it in the air. Well, the knock on, that was possibly the best thing that could happen for the Bears to get the chance to get it right back.
Whistle before the clock went to 80.
So it's going to be last play. They've got to go virtually the length of the field. Colin Barreto, confirmation there, player of the match. Such a live wire, great to see him back in Super Series Rugby. But at the moment, he's on a losing team unless they can magic something up.
Credit to all players tonight, given the conditions, like a real intense match in the heat.
Well, there's been some dramatic finishes at Bridgehaugh over the years. Is there another one to come, or can the home side find their way through? Just 5 of the 18 matches so far decided by single figures. 6-point gap so far.
Take the space you need. Take the space you need, okay? Hookers, you're responsible. Work hard. Stability, please, lads.
Stirling Wolves with the try bonus point. At least 3 tries in all their matches this season.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Bears have to do all they can to keep this alive. Need to get this out quickly. They do so. Well, they're going backwards at the moment. The ball's been kicked through. Here's the opportunity from Cullen, was trying to keep it alive, but the try is given. And ironically, that will take the bonus point away. It is Ross McKnight, the man with a touchdown. And that's a double blow for the Boroughmuir Bears. Not only is the game way beyond them now, but the losing bonus point has also been taken off the board. Trying to make something happen, Beveridge. Davey kept in there. Cullen couldn't get clean enough. And Ross McKnight and his big frame dropping down.
Lewis Skinner celebrating there at tight head for the Wolves. Solid scrum there, and great pressure from Davey, and Ross McKnight just there too. Sean McDonald in support.
Is it a little harsh on the Bears to be going home without a point?
Yeah, I think it's an excellent standard of rugby tonight, and given the work rate of everyone and the skill on display, especially in the first half from the Bears.
Well, Graham Shield will applaud the way that his side went about it at the end there, trying to find a way through. He will nurse a sense of disappointment, I suspect, just at the way that it finished. Marcus Holden ends it on a high for the home team, and the Wolves have downed the Bears. And I can tell you, it's one of these games where the scoreline doesn't actually do justice to the way it finished. A team play from Stirling Wolves. They came back, they were 14 points to 0 down, and they reversed that. Boroughmuir Bears with a couple of penalties since then. Stirling Wolves with the 33 points, and that is a good win for the Stirling Wolves, who will climb the table. And the Bears, well, as you say, Heather, they just come away with nothing for the effort that they had, and that just seems harsh on them.
I think when they reflect, there's some smiles there as well. I think they can take absolute huge heart from that. Shield was wanting a performance to build on the second half of this championship, and I think they very much have that tonight. They show they can play, they have ambition to play, and they're learning the set piece, and I think there's lots of optimism there.
Yeah, the Bears, like so many teams in this Super Series, play the game in the right way. Stirling Wolves 33, Boroughmuir Bears 20. That's the full-time score from Bridgehaugh. Second half was full of some great action though. Half time, and the Bears led by 17 points to 7. But this was really one of the big turning points of the game. The drive over Al McGee. They'd been under pressure. Boroughmuir had actually started the second half pretty well, Heather, but the first score went the way of the home team. You find that it was just enough to swing the momentum their way.
Yeah, the Wolves, I think they upped their intensity at the breakdown and their defence as well, and that set piece finish just gave them confidence, I think, to move forward.
Well, this was not how you would draw up in the playbook. The pass spilling its way back, but Jenkins couldn't hold on to Ryan Southern, and his sprint up to halfway and beyond was a cause of real issue. Great support coming from Davey. Out wide it went on to Heron. Marcus holding on his shoulder. Lovely little offload, isn't it?
And the roll along the ground, and that's good hands there. Had a long way to bend down, but recycling that ball.
Yeah, Connor Gordon picked that up well.
Yeah.
And then Glenn Bryce drove his way over, and it was good play from Glenn Bryce. 7 tries now in 13. Did well. But it's what you make of it. Sometimes, you know, you think about the plays and how they're drawn up and how you're supposed to come out, but sometimes it's just that little bit of rugby nous that allows you to get there.
Funny you should say that, because he looked, he saw, he turned, he picked it up, and he just took a split second just to go, right, what are my options here? And from there, great counter-attack.
Yeah, credit to the Bears, got plenty of players back, but it wasn't to be enough. Interesting, Heron and Southern both in there to set this up. And Glenn Bryce doing enough to get over the line. And then, well, just at the end here, 26-20, they were trailing Boroughmuir, trying to find a way to get some magic from their own 22, and at the end, the try from Ross McKnight. Just the two scrum halves battling for the ball.
That's great to see.
Beveridge just loses out. Cullen, well, he knew if he put it out of play, his team were losing. He was trying to find a way to think he'd keep it in, but in the end, it wasn't to be.
Definitely, I think in the scrum there, I think that Wolves had more fresh legs there and just got that extra shunt on.
Yeah, I think you called it during real time. Lewis Skinner did so well at that particular time. What a night it's been at Bridgehaugh between Stirling Wolves and Boroughmuir Bears. This is how it affects the table, and it's a good one for the Stirling Wolves. Come within 7 points, the leaders, Ayrshire Bulls. The Wolves just climbing up. Heriots Rugby will go tomorrow at FOSROC Super Series Sprint Round 7. Let's have a look at the fixtures that will be coming up tomorrow. Watsonians Rugby against the FOSROC Future 15. That will kick off at 3 o'clock at Mireside. Then Heriots take on the Southern Knights, Southern Lights, who won last time out. Again, the Stirling Wolves, Alan Tate's boys, who look to cause some problems at Golden Acre. Well, the night of good rugby, plenty of entertainment, 53 points on offer. We hope you've enjoyed all the coverage from Heather, from myself and all the team. I'll leave you with the full-time score. Stirling Wolves victorious by 33 points to 20 against the Boroughmuir Bears. From all us, very good night to you.